Y'all so scared.
No, because especially in this situation, usually there would have already been the
Jovic.
They took the over.
Oh!
Wait. They might trade it.
They gotta trade it. They have
like
to.
a trade.
It feels like a trade, but
that's a stretch. If it's not, that's a stretch.
They should keep him. This
is gonna be your Bobo, Brian. You're gonna be talking about this guy for years. Why did we trade him?
I know, but I wasn't as high on Bobo because I was scared of myself.
I was not high on Bobo.
Still, by the way, I would sign Bobo to a 2-way contract.
I have a great Bobo Summer League story, by the way, if we ever need to go there.
Were you there when he signed a bowl?
No, but I was.
To him and
the guy next to me was heckling him extremely aggressively, and he's just like, "You're never gonna play, man. You're not gonna play in the league." Bobo turns around and he goes, "I am only 21," and I knew at that moment I was like, "Yeah, you're not gonna make it, bro."
That's terrible.
And he's right there in front of us.
Information and not hosting. I hope you guys are providing.
Some
sort of.
Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah. So Nikola Jovic has been drafted 27 overall by the Heat, but we don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna stay here. I really don't.
A lot of my friends messaged me saying the Dallas really Heat culture, and I agree. So I hope we trade on for him.
I'm gonna ask. Well, Greg's on his phone. I'm gonna ask this to
Right.
Sean and Tony. Or maybe not. Yeah, I'm asking Sean and Tony. What's the white quota? Because, they might trade Duncan. They got to, is Nikola Jovic going to fill that void here if he stays?
The last draft name I mentioned on 5 on the Floor last night, Ethan and I did a 15-minute episode. I brought up this guy. He was in Miami the day before the draft working out at Remy workouts. And I thought that could be a precursor to them bringing him in late. I'm interested to see if that has anything to do with this, that they brought him in so late to check him out. Interesting damn pick. To your guys' point, let's wait and see. Let's not get too excited. But
Sean, Tony, does he fill the void?
Did anyone think that Ty and Hardy would be the last two in the room?
I would have never thought. I think that specifically – Brian, we're making a very appealing package to Utah in my mind. I think that this is a very appealing package to Utah, maybe Denver, maybe Boston, but somebody won't be able to turn it down.
So if you guys look at your screen, look at the new Miami Heat playoff.
Yo, I'm pink.
nice.
So the Miami Heat official Twitter account just tweeted it out. So
he's not getting traded, I guess.
So far it doesn't look like a trade, but
Are
we're
they
going to
keeping
continue to
Nikola?
monitor.
We drafted Nikola.
Look at Brian's face.
Are they keeping Jovic?
Good for you, yo. I watched his highlights today, and he looks like he's nasty with the step backs and stuff.
I just got a text from my podcast co-host of the AR to Tell podcast, Dexter, who is a Knicks fan. He said, Miami got Jovic. I'm annoyed because he loves Nikola Jovic.
Yeah, let's just do the Nikola thing, right? So he's not just a catch and shoot four. He's a guy that can create a little bit off the dribble. He definitely can get 1 bounce, 2 bounce into his shot. That's something he has in his bag. He can play the pick and roll. Miami's going to need, if he's going to play for us, he's going to have to be able to operate out of the pick and roll and be able to set effective screens and catch and shoot off the bounce. Those are things that he'll need, and he's got all that in his bag.
If they're keeping Nikola Jovic,
bro, this website says he's a 7-foot point guard. What are we doing right now? He's got that kind of trajectory.
Okay, look, he's got handles. He just turned 19 years old. He's been listed anywhere between 6'10" and 7 feet tall. I think he's 6'11" and could actually grow to 7 feet tall. He's pretty skinny, but he's not like Chet Holmgren skinny. He's at least 220, 225 or something like that. He was, again, like I said, Adriatic League, ABA League, top prospect 2022. Nikola Jovic was a top prospect in 2015. Dario Saric in 2014. He was a junior ABA League champion back-to-back and junior league MVP in 2021. And he was in the under-19 World Cup all-tournament team in 2021. And also, if you guys remember the GM survey, I mentioned this in one of our group chats, but everyone watching.
18 points.
In the GM survey, he was one of the others receiving votes for who is the best international player not in the NBA. And this was before this past season where he became the top prospect in the league in the ABA. So Nikola Jovic to me, not the ABA like the ABA like
it's
from here, but the Adriatic League, which is overseas and shit. That's in like teams from Croatia, Montenegro, Bosnia, Serbia, etc. So he's the real fucking deal. He's young, he's raw, and if they keep him, I think he's going to be really good potentially, especially in this developmental system. Like this is somebody who, he's better than KZ Okpala when they drafted KZ Okpala. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think he's going to be better than Precious
Patrick Baldwin Jr. That's who the Warriors are taking.
Yeah. There's highlights of Nikola Jovic.
Are they keeping it? I'm suspect that they're going to keep him.
Listen, Brian.
That's a nice jumper, though. I like the jumper.
I feel the same way as you about being.
He can play next to Bam.
Keeping him,
he can play next to Bam.
He can.
This is an unbelievably high reward move for them. Like if he becomes a real player. I'm interested to see if they actually keep him. It's so counterintuitive to what they normally do in a draft, guys. It is for the future. This is not something where he is going to be expected to contribute immediately, which is counter to what we thought they were going to be doing. But this is the other thing, and I'll let you guys break down his game more as we watch him. And dude is nasty, yo.
He's got a hezzy.
Is that I think also in potential trades, he carries with him a certain cachet in trade value as long as he's healthy. That I think that upside will also help them in the event that they need to make a deal here shortly. So anyway, that's how I'm feeling. I like the pick. I hope that they keep it because it's just something different. We haven't been doing this since Martin Muir set, y'all.
Yeah, and 25 years already. Like that's crazy.
Sasha Milovic before some of y'all was born.
Who were the Heat draft picks in 2018? Did they have a draft pick in 2018? This is after
we blocked those years out. Was Hassan Whiteside on the roster?
Yes.
We don't talk about that. Anyway, going on. Next segment.
Yeah, he, to me, is better than where KZ was, better than where Precious was, better than where, they haven't had many draft picks other than Bam worth, really noting recently. I mean, Precious got them Kyle Lowry. You could take that for what it's worth. I'm still not out on Kyle. But if they keep this pick,
there's something to be said about them wanting Omer Yurtseven when they grabbed him. And Omer's offensive game is all about touch and finesse. Nikola Jovic, his game is about energy. Like you see it right there, the hesitation, pull up three, right? He has a step back. He gets to the rim with a lot of aggression. He just played, you got the questionable defense thing, man. That's the one part about him that stands out as a negative. And his body, they kill him for body language overseas. Like he is 19 to the core, core, 19-year-old.
I have a question for you guys. Why wouldn't the Warriors take Ty and take this guy, Patrick Baldwin? Oh, Houston gets Ty.
Ty goes to Houston. I want to break in with a little bit of information I just got via text. Is that they are expected to likely keep the pick and do not rule out them buying a second round pick.
EJ, come on home.
So wait, hold on.
Oh, if they buy back in for EJ, boy.
They're invested in this draft to some degree. Here's the thing. I think we should also recalibrate some things, right? The Warriors drafted Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, won a title, not because of them dudes, but they had James Wiseman. They've gotten high draft picks. You can see some film here. This motherfucker is nasty, I'm telling you. Look at this.
Y'all want Kyrie? We got 6'10" Kyrie. We got 6'10" Kyrie right here.
But what I'm saying, Olynyk 2.0 is actually not a bad shout. Yeah. I think he's gonna be better.
No, he's like a cool Gallinari.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm saying is let's recalibrate this a little bit.
A good Nemanja Bjelica.
You can win now and draft players and develop them. The Golden State Warriors just won a title and they have Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, James Wiseman, and were they playing instrumental roles all year long? Some of them had bigger roles in the season, especially Kuminga during the playoffs, not as much. But you can keep rookies and actually win now. You absolutely can do that. Teams do it. Miami hasn't done it lately because they haven't cared about picks as much. But if they're going to do that with Nikola Jovic, and in their developmental system, I don't see how this isn't like a good pick at the end of the day. I don't know if that sounds too strong, but
defense.
look.
No, I'm with you. If what I'm, and honestly, this stuff changes quickly. So if y'all hold it to me and say, "Oh, you said they were keeping the pick," and then they traded, and
this year we have an Orlando league and a Vegas league, just like last year, or no?
Sacramento,
I believe
Sacramento, I think.
Yeah, there's a week in Sacramento, and then Vegas. Orlando is gone.
Okay, all right.
But they are participating in both.
They're in both.
I think they are.
And you're just playing in, I think, in one, right? Before he goes to the national team.
He can't play in Sacramento.
You would know better than I, but I do think they're doing both of them. They usually try to stay with that Pacific Division group and play in that.
They could get Jovic in there for the Vegas league at least, right?
Should be able to, yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about the upside of this pick. It's something Miami doesn't normally do. That's like, to Brian's point, I still don't believe they're keeping it because it's just so counter to what we normally do. But man, there's a lot of upside and good stuff to dissect about him. I actually have to sign off, y'all. We've gone an hour and 20 minutes. If y'all want to carry on the show, feel free to. But if not, we can wrap now. Any of you guys have final thoughts or you want to carry on without me, feel free.
No, I think we could wrap up here.
Yeah,
I have one question for Greg. Okay. Could you tell us a little bit more, since they actually picked Jovic and I guess are keeping him based on your information as of right now and nothing's changing? Can you tell us a little bit more about the process and them working him out and like the timing of all of this? Because it seemed to come together quickly.
Well, that's what I'm unclear of, is if they actually worked him out, because like the Instagram footage was him at the Remy workouts, like
in Miami
getting ready for a workout, and that was like yesterday or the day prior. So like
that's crazy.
I was doing and I didn't report that he had worked out for the team because like that would have been dot connection by me. But it is curious that he's down there all of a sudden. And maybe they just thought that he had the kind of upside and maybe some of the measurables to work with, that they think that his skill set is that of which if they build the physique around him, that he can be really special. So I love the upside nature of the pick. I didn't expect it. I'm interested to see what they do the rest of the night, though, because I feel like that they still have maybe players that they'd like to get in their system or opportunities for undrafted guys just to bring in and get a look at them. So we'll see there. Thank you for joining us, to everybody who did.
One last thing before we leave, Greg, do you know if Chet Kammerer is still consulting with the team this year?
Absolutely.
Or is he's still consulting? Okay, so he might have had a hand in this because he's a guy who's always had his eyes overseas.
Yeah, and the Heat have made a point of emphasis to be much more plugged in internationally. There was always the running joke about Riley, which I even made here in the Denver Nuggets.
Peyton Watson?
Peyton Watson at 30. I ain't never heard of him. So that lets you know that we are closing the show at about the right time.
And Jaden Hardy has not got drafted.
Insane.
Wow.
That's
you want to talk about buying second round picks?
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, there's value there.
Jaden Hardy, Kennedy Chandler. Listen, again, I will say it one more time, and I'm going to repeat this again and again. You can draft rookies and develop them and win now. Teams do it all the time. Golden State just did it. You can do both.